God tests those he loves. The idea of God testing those he loves is a common theme in the Bible. From Abraham's willingness to sacrifice Isaac to Job's enduring faithfulness despite intense suffering, God often allows trials and tribulations to come into the lives of his people. One reason for this may be to refine and strengthen our faith. Just as gold is purified by fire, our faith can be refined through trials and difficulties. The Apostle Peter writes, "In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." 1 Peter 1:6-7. Additionally, God may allow trials in order to bring about a greater good. We see this in the story of Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his brothers but ultimately became a ruler in Egypt and saved his family from famine. Joseph himself recognizes God's sovereign hand in his suffering, telling his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Genesis 50:20. It's also worth noting that God never tempts us to sin, James 1:13. While he may allow trials to come into our lives, he will never lead us into temptation or encourage us to do wrong. Instead, he promises to provide a way out of temptation, 1 Corinthians 10:13. Ultimately, we may not fully understand why God allows trials and tests to come into our lives. But we can trust that he is good, loving, and sovereign, and that he will use all things for the good of those who love him, Romans 8:28.